Hi everybody! Today for Sunday Funday, we're going to see how I draw a mountain witch. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpie. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. There's even going to be one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so for Sunday Funday, those of you who are new, I'm just doing whatever I want. So when I say mountain witch, you know what? I like to try to take the traditional, this is something you're used to, and then kind of mix it up. So what I'm going to try to do now is draw what I would imagine a witch looks like that is not, I don't know how I'm trying to say this, but I'm trying to think of more nature style, you know? So when I say mountain witch, I'm thinking of someone who's considered a witch, who lives in the mountains and, you know, survives by nature, that kind of thing. So I'm thinking of more like, almost like a witch you might find in Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean? Something like that. So not so much a Halloween witch, but a mountain witch. And I know just saying the words don't make it different, but to me it does, you know? So that's what I'm saying. I'm just kind of going for something that's a little more nature, right? Basically, but like I said, I'm just trying to make it different. Go for something crazy. It's Sunday Funday. We do whatever we want. And the other idea that I'm kind of having with her is I want like her hair, let's see if I can do this, to almost like flow into her. I'm gonna give her like a gown, you know, but I want her hair to like flow into it. So let's see what I can do here. So I got to figure out a way to make it all kind of mesh together without it looking like her hair is the gown. Does that make sense? I don't know whether I can pull that off or not, but again, this is Sunday Funday, so I get to do whatever I want, you know? So let's see, I'm gonna give her some eyes. I have her kind of looking off to the side now. And this is a lot smaller than I was hoping. Like, I went really small with the details here, which I might be regretting later. So we'll see where this takes me. Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, let's see. There we go. I think that might work. We'll see. We'll see. But again, like I said, it's Sunday Funday. We get to do whatever we want. So you decide if you want to draw along with me. Let's give her like a little bit of a collar, you know, kind of the old witchy collar. So, well, some of it will be traditional. But I just kind of like the idea of that because she's kind of into nature and she's a mountain witch, that I kind of like the idea that maybe she blends in, you know, maybe she looks like a rock or a tree or something, you know what I mean? Kind of like her whole body kind of blends into her surroundings kind of thing. So let's see. Okay, so I got the anatomy down, so about like that. And that's, I guess, kind of the nice thing too, is because we are drawing so much of a dress / gown that you know, there's not a lot of anatomy we're going to be drawing. We're basically drawing, like I said, a witch's shawl / gown / cloth. All right, so let's see, let's draw this hand down. And I want to do, let's see, this one down. And I kind of want to do like maybe some, when I was saying that she looks like her surroundings, I wonder if we should do like a, like she has limbs, well, the tree limbs is what I'm trying to say. Like almost like, not wings, but maybe, you know, maybe some kind of limbs, some kind of tree limbs. That's way too long. Some kind of tree limb wing type thing, you know, maybe. We'll see. Again, this is Sunday Funday, so we get to do whatever we want. So we'll sketch something out and see what we get. So how about if we do, let's see. I'm just going to sketch it out and see what it looks like. Kind of, but it almost looks like lightning slash bones, so we kind of need to add foliage, you know? Some limbs, not limbs, leaf, some tree leaves, you know? That's what's gonna make it stand out. But you know what? Maybe we should do that with color. Maybe I can draw these limbs, these tree limbs, and then we'll add the leaves with color. Maybe that would look better. Let's do that. Okay, so how about we, yeah. So we'll draw the limbs, we'll draw the, you know, the tree limbs. We'll draw the tree limbs like that, and then we'll do the rest with color. So that being said, I say we switch over. I say we go. I'm ready. I'm good. I'm happy enough with the flow of all this gown, her dress, that I say we switch over to Sharpie now. Okay, so I'm going to erase some of the darker lines because I don't want it to stand out. I want the Sharpie to stand out. And so I'm just going to leave a ghost of an image to draw. Okay, all right, so I say we welcome everybody that skipped, those that like to skip to the Sharpie section. Some people don't like to watch the drawing. I don't think a lot of people do. So I like to, you know, appreciate and say welcome to everybody who drew or is watching any part of this video. So welcome, skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be drawing with a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen is a little sharper than the fine point, and I can control line widths much better with this. So for the small stuff, I'm going to start off with this. I've sketched the entire thing out, then I've erased the darker line so I know where I'm going to go. And what I was talking about in the sketch is that for me, a mountain witch, I'm kind of playing around with the idea that she lives in the mountains and she practices nature magic, okay? So not like Halloween witch, but a mountain witch, right? Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the eyes. I've got her kind of facing off this way. So I'm gonna draw the top of the brow like this, the top of the eyelid like this, just to see if I've got them about where I want, and I do, looks good to me. So I'm gonna give her a little bit of an iris, like this. Draw the other side like that. And I'm gonna draw a little bit of the pupil. Not too much for me because I'm using a Sharpies that's I'm using a fine Sharpie, but my drawing is super tiny, so it'll start to bleed if I go too crazy here. So I can only do so much. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of makeup and imply the bottom of the eye. So just kind of point the edge like that, at least with my Sharpies. Like I said, if you're using a pencil, you're welcome to go crazy and draw even more. But see, that already messed up. That's already starting to bleed into itself, so I gotta stop there. I can't go any further. Luckily it's a witch, so we can say that's what we wanted, right? So I'm gonna give her an eyebrow like this, another one over here like that, and that's about all I can do without it bleeding on itself. So I'm gonna draw a little bit of the nose like this, draw a nostril over here, and then I can draw her mouth. Again, I gotta be careful because this is so tiny. All right, so looking at it, the whole thing has shifted over a little bit. I didn't intend for that to happen, so I'm gonna recalibrate to where my drawing is. So I gotta draw her chin down here, and I'm gonna draw the side of her face over here like this. All right, so now I can draw her jawline over here, but I'm gonna stop right there because her hair. And what I'm trying to do with the hair is I want it to flow into the rest of the gown. I kind of want it to be like, almost like you can't tell where the hair is and where the gown is. Just something mystical, something crazy and different, you know? So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and draw the hairline like this, just to kind of guide me where my edge is, but I'm not gonna draw the top because I want it to all blend together. So I'm just gonna draw her head where the edge is like this, and bleed it into the cloth. Like this, okay? Try to fix that curve a little bit. And it doesn't hurt to start to get thicker with it because this Sharpie is super thick. You're gonna see how thick in a second. So I'll go ahead and draw just a little bit of lines. Like, let's say I'm gonna do like this, but that's all I wanna do because like I said, I want the hair to bleed into the cloth. I want to do more though. I want to do more. I need to stop. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over to the bigger Sharpie now. And I'm gonna draw her neck like this. I'm gonna draw her neckline of the cloth like that. And then I can draw more of the cloth kind of flowing down. But see how thick it is? That's what I was saying. I kind of wanted to match what was gonna happen there. So here, I'm just kind of playing with the cloth, the edges, okay? And I'll go ahead and draw the arm up is what I was going for here. I'm gonna draw the forearm to the wrist down to the elbow, the back of the arm in here, and that'll give me some start-stop points. And let's see if I can do a little bit of flow here. So that'll give me just some places to play with these Sharpie lines. And so, like I said, I want it to flow together, but I want to do some lines, you know? Just something, you know, so it's not just her hair, it's got to look like cloth too, you know? So I can fix this. Okay, and let's see, I think that'll work there. Let's do something like that, just to kind of show that there are lines going back there, but we can't see them because of the back of her head. And then we'll do kind of like a flowing, you know, just something like that, just to break it up, just to do something crazy with you know, flowing cloth. Okay, all right, so let's draw our hand. I've got it kind of like this, so to speak. So I'm gonna draw the back of her hand like this, to the pinky that's up, to the meat of her hand, and then draw the other side over here, the thumb, but this is super thick, so I gotta be careful. And then I can draw the other finger. So because I have it like this, I'm just gonna start to bend them and then straighten them out, right? So this one's bent, but then these are straightened out. but you can't really see these because they're back behind those fingers, so we kind of get away with not drawing the other fingers. See? It's kind of, you can get away with a little bit more, and you add a dynamic hand, something that's a little more different, you know? Okay, let's work on this one over here. And you know what, let's draw this side. Let's finish up this cloth. Let's do something like this, just to, you know, give it that other side, that other edge. Let's see, so let's do like that maybe. Bring it in like this. Then reconnect it here. So yeah, so I was kind of trying to accent where I might show some kind of, you know, fold and drape into it. You know? There we go. Just something a little different, you know, mix it up. All right, so let's see. And also, I don't like the way that didn't flow. I'm doing that. There we go. All right, so same thing. I'm going to do this arm over here. I'm going to draw some cloth hanging down. And let's see, I'll say it's all the way to here. Booyah! Awesome. So now I'm going to draw her hand pretty much like that, but just sticking down. So I'm going to draw, there's the shoulder, there's the bicep coming out right there, to the forearm, to the wrist. So the back of the arm to the elbow, forearm to the wrist, and a little bit further, a little bit further. So same thing, her hand's just going to be out. And this one's a little bit bigger, but it'll work. So I'm going to draw the back of the hand like that, the pinky bent in a dynamic position. Same thing, this finger bent in, but not as much. They're all starting to splay out like that. So this one, it's like this. The middle finger out like that. First finger, index finger, sorry, like this. You can kind of see them right there, but they're kind of covered up, so we don't have to draw too much. Again, I got to draw the thumb now. So like this, and I'm going to add, let's see, the meat of the hand like that, and I can add some detail like this. All right. Oops, a little bit too much there, but that's okay. No big deal. Let me round this one off a little bit, just because it bled a little bit too much into itself, but that's okay. We'll leave it like that. All right, so let's draw some more of these folds. Get that going. Again, just kind of making it up. And I'm gonna draw, I talked about this in the sketch, I'm gonna draw the, I want to give her like some kind of nature, not camouflage, but what's the word I'm looking for? But basically, I want to give her like tree limb wings. Does that make sense? So I'm going to draw the tree limbs, and it just looked like lightning if I did that. So I'm gonna add leaves and stuff like that with color. Okay, and here I'm just kind of giving it some weird tatters, just to break it up, you know? Okay, so let's do it with the finer Sharpie. I'm gonna add tree limbs like wings. So I'm just kind of making this up. Well, I mean, I'm going by my sketch, but so basically, yeah, it almost looks like lightning, you know, like just random lightning bolts. I guess that's the way I'm seeing it, because like I said, I think you should looks something crazy like this, you know? And then as I add leaves on that, that would look more nature-y, right? Right? I hope. So yeah, I'm just kind of making this up. You make up your own. You do what you want to do. You don't have to do exactly like I'm doing. You just you add your limbs. Because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. And we'll meet somewhere in between. And again, I'm just making this up, you know? So there is no right or wrong. I'm just kind of thinking, where would a good branch be for leaves? All right, something like that. And then we'll add on, oh, you know what else? I added like this little collar. Something like this. You know, little witch collar. So a little bit of Halloween in there, you know. Thicken it up just a little bit. It was a little too thin, and I don't want it to look like the limbs. So something like that. So, like I said, a little bit thicker. All right. There we go. There you go. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is the Mountain Witch for Sunday Funday. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.